What's up, y'all? This is Justin Lane Briggs, and you are tuned into DukesLiquorBox.com, the most metal liquor store on the face of planet Earth. So the next drink we'll make is going to be called a Paloma. I feel like we often assume that the margarita is kind of the quintessential Mexican cocktail, but it's really not. The actual national cocktail of Mexico, believe it or not, is called the Paloma. It's a different drink. It's something that we don't have or until fairly recently, we didn't have as often up in the northeastern part of the United States of America. But thankfully that's changed. We all have now hopefully gotten familiar with this drink. I'm going to give you a basic recipe, and then we'll do our own little variation on it. The classic is simply tequila with a little bit of salt, a squeeze of fresh lime, and grapefruit soda. If you're at the grocery store, you see some like Mexican Jarritos grapefruit soda or something like that. That's ideal. That's really kind of what the OG version would have been made with, probably something similar to that. We like to put a little craft spin on ours, make it a little extra boozy, make it a little extra delicious. Really kind of nerd it up a few steps. So we're going to go ahead and use mezcal again. First of all, I think it's extra delicious against grapefruit. This is Agave de Cortez Joven again. This is Espadin Mezcal from Santiago Matatlan in the heart of Oaxaca. And then we'll use, one more time, we'll use Emile Giffard. This is Giffard liqueurs from Angers in the Loire Valley from France. This is their pamplemousse or grapefruit liqueur. This is really incredible stuff. It's like ketchup. You can pour this in just about any cocktail as a little addendum, a little extra note, and it will work and sing and just be so pretty. You will not regret this bottle anyway, no matter what you do with it. It's kind of problematic, but it's especially delicious in a classic Paloma. Instead of using grapefruit soda, we will use a little bit of grapefruit liqueur. And then we'll heighten the kind of bitter, pithy kind of qualities of the grapefruit by using, instead of a soda water, we'll use a tonic. I like to use something like Fever Tree's Indian or Schweppes Indian if you can find it. If you, I don't know, go back and forth to Europe very often. It's not in the States right now, unfortunately. Heartbreak. But there's a lot of great tonics on the market now. I actually was able to, my local grocery store was out of the ones I love, but then I found one I hadn't tried before, and I've been delightfully surprised. Pellegrino apparently just started releasing their European tonic to the U.S. market, so I grabbed a few of those. They're great. So we'll use lime juice, tonic water, grapefruit liqueur, a little bit of mezcal, and a pinch of salt. And we're going to build everything right in our highball glass, so we're ready to go. So this is a really easy recipe, nice and convenient. I like to throw that pinch of salt in again. Not, again, necessary. It's optional. You can take it out if you prefer not to, or if you have, let's say, a heart condition. But I like it personally in my Paloma as well as in my margarita. And it is sort of classic to have a little bit of salt, a little bit of saline in there. Then we'll add just a ½ ounce of lime this time. Everything else is so citrusy in this drink now that we can cut back a tiny bit. Just a ½ ounce of lime. A full ounce of grapefruit liqueur, really beautiful. Again, kind of mimicking the grapefruit soda, but making it a little bit boozier maybe, and also a little bit more complex. The added alcohol is delightful. And then an ounce and a half, a little bit less mezcal than in our margarita, but still nothing to scoff at. An ounce and a half of mezcal. Then I'm just going to add my ice cubes now into my highball glass here. Fill it nice and tall, all the way up to the top, as you can kind of see there. And then I'll top it with my tonic water. Now, if you want to kind of fully integrate it, some people might say to do what's called rolling. Take your tin and pour it out and back in again, a few times even. It gets a nice chill going and also really integrates all those flavors. I'm not going to do that right now. Again, I'm doing this for myself at home. I just want to have a good time, right? So let's not waste any more time. Let's just go ahead and we'll stir it up a little bit with my bar spoon, or perhaps what I'll do is, if I don't even have a bar spoon around, which is fine, if you don't have some long sort of tool like that, maybe you've got some Chinese takeout this week. Maybe you got a chopstick. Shout out to Momofuku. You could take your chopstick even and just stir your drink a tiny bit. it's getting the job done. The important part is that we're mixing it up a little bit. We're integrating those ingredients, and now we're ready to enjoy. And that's delightful. This is the most refreshing thing I've had, I think, actually all week. So cheers. Thanks. Thank you for tuning in to Duke's Liquor Box, selling spirits, not souls, since 600 BC.